Hello, I'm Alicia, one half of the team behind the game project Golembert that you're currently seeing on screen. Golembert is a gardening game inspired by permaculture and Ghibli movies. Today I want to take you through our ideation and design process of some new little creatures in our game. If you want to help us out, please consider wishlisting our game on Steam. So, with what little creatures are we dealing here? They are called Herbies and live on the island alongside Golembert. Now we need to go through the process of first, deciding what their purpose and characterization is. Second, look at the inspiration and references. Third, make multiple designs and decide on a visual direction. And last but not least, fourth, make final sprites for them, animate them, and make some new plans for what comes after this task is done. We wanted to have other magical creatures like Herbie and Golembert in this world for some time now, and we also needed something to make the environment feel more alive. Our idea of getting both things done at the same time and to also have them be gameplay related on top of everything else, we decided on the idea of little magical creatures who help you in the garden. So what will they actually do in the garden? There's a main Herbie roaming around the garden. It's also the one you see getting designed in this video, but there will be other Herbies that you get to know over time who can help you with getting items from other parts of the world that Golembert can't visit. The red Herbie's task is mainly to be the quest giver, similar to all other NPCs like Herbie and Zuzu. Zuzu was also designed in a different video on our channel, by the way. I will link it somewhere in this video. But they can also help you with the plants in the garden. They can, for example, water the plants from time to time. Therefore, the practical use of Herbies is first, story progression and quests, second, getting items you usually wouldn't be able to get, and third, garden along with you. What was our inspiration? Similar characters are, for example, the elf-like helpers in Harvest Moon. They are called Erntewichter in German, but I wasn't able to find the English name, so if you know it, let me know in the comments. And the Junimos in Stardew Valley. We wanted our personal version of them to resemble the Harvest Moon ones more than the Stardew Valley counterpart by making them more interactable and important to the story. A different inspiration were creatures from Ghibli movies, like the Suit Sprites from Spirited Away, the Kodama from Princess Mononoke, and the Wara Wara from The Boy and the Heron. They are often cute and help or guide the protagonist in some way. What makes the Ghibli characters so intriguing is how their simplicity makes their designs very iconic. They emote a lot. This probably also has to do with the fact that none of these characters actually talk, which isn't the case with our Herbies, but their expressiveness is very endearing, and we tried to keep this in mind for our own design. Herbies are quite mischievous. You shouldn't get this from their designs. They should look adorable, and it would be a surprise that they're cute and round, but can also deliver some comebacks. They lived in the garden while Golembert was having his multiple decade-long sleep. Therefore, they feel as if they're somewhat of the bosses of the island, and Golembert has to prove his worthiness as a gardener first. They grow to be friends and help each other with making the island a place where everybody can live on. We wanted the Herbies to be extremely cute and smaller than any other characters in this game. They should also be easily readable as something plant-like. At first, we tried to design them to resemble different spaces of the island they inhabit. For example, forest Herbies were supposed to be mushrooms, whereas beach Herbies were inspired by shells. We had this feeling that we were going in the wrong visual direction and paused on working on the Herbies for some time. After returning and cutting back on a few things scope-wise, we decided to only have one type of Herbie. This Herbie should be more abstract and cute than resembling something specific like the shells from before. It wasn't a real inspiration at first, but after starting to doodle, I realized that I felt quite drawn to the way pigments are designed. The way they resemble different plants was something I kept in the back of my mind. I really like how our current design resembles an apple, for example, mainly because of the colors we chose, without it being too obvious. What's so interesting about this design process specifically is that it's such a simple character, but it's cool to see that if something just doesn't click and you don't feel the design yet, it's better to let it simmer for some time. With other characters, it's such an elaborate process to find the right inspiration and characterization, but sometimes designs just fit, and it's the best feeling when you finally get to the stage. Now to the animations. Thank God we decided on an extremely simple design, so I was able to draw the turnaround animation really fast. Because the Herbie is roaming around the island, it had to have a walking animation in all different directions. It's next to Golembert the only character that gets this treatment. And without having a simple character design, I would have lost a lot of time just by working on this task alone. Let's look at our design requirements and how they fit with the current and finished design. First, Herbies should be cute and simple. Second, they should remind you of plants without being too literal. Third, they should not look like their mischievous personality. Fourth, they should be easy to replicate and be changed into different plants. And fifth, they should be easy to animate because they have a lot more animations than other NPCs do. I think we got all of these points covered with our finished Herbie design. Now, what are the next steps? The Herbie itself is done, but I still need to render its living space, design and make sprites for the other Herbies, and render the expression portraits so we can put them in the dialogue system. You can see the little Herbie housing on screen. It's all designed and planned out. I just wasn't able to finish the rendered sprites for this devlog, but I hope I'll soon be able to show you all the characters and their finished spaces. I hope this video was insightful for my design process, and thank you so much for being here. Your support means the world to us, and making devlogs is ironically one of the most fun experiences while developing this game, because it's just a way to share our development journey with others and not be so isolated. I hope we see each other next time. Have a lovely day and goodbye!